Hi everyone! Welcome to Artsonia's After School Art Club. Today, we have a fun art project from Kimberly Medsker-Mehalic, an art teacher from Maine. Hope you enjoy the video and don't forget to have your artwork uploaded to your Artsonia gallery.
Hi you guys, my name is Miss Kimberly Medsker-Mehalic and I am a high school art teacher, and today I'm going to show you how to make custom t-shirts using infusible ink. So infusible ink is a new, well it's new to me at least, a new product that the company Cricut just came out with. Basically they have pens and markers and you draw a picture with them. So my 5-year-old really wanted a t-shirt with the blue jay on it, so I just used the pens and the markers to draw a blue jay, and then I was able to put that onto a t-shirt for him using a heat press. So if you are familiar with sublimation, it's very similar to that. Basically the markers have to heat up using a heat press or an iron if you can get it hot enough, and that will put the markers or infuse them into the fabric of the t-shirt. There are some very specific materials that you need for this project. First and foremost, you need what's called a blank. I make t-shirts and hats, and so I needed to get t-shirts and hats that have a high polyester count. So for this t-shirt, I just bought the product. It's called a blank t-shirt. It's mostly polyester. I think it's 97%, no, it's 95% polyester and 5% spandex, but you can buy high polyester count t-shirts from Walmart or Target or definitely online, and you can use them just fine. For the hat, I bought the blank hat for under $2, and it's 100% polyester. And I did a very similar process to what I'm going to show you in the video. One thing that I will say is it's much easier to do something flat like a t-shirt than it is a hat, because it's really hard to iron the image on the hat. You can see right here some of the marker didn't transfer well. So for this project, you're going to need multiple things. You're going to need the Cricut infusible ink pens. You're going to need some sort of copy paper. They recommend laser copy paper. I just use a multi-purpose paper and I thought it works just fine to draw your image on. You're going to need a piece of poster board or cardstock to put inside of your shirt so that the image doesn't bleed through. And then you're going to need a piece of unwaxed butcher paper. You can see, because I just did this project, my image actually did transfer onto this as well, but you'll need a big piece of, again, that's unwaxed butcher paper to protect your drawing from the press. And then you'll need some sort of heat source. I'm lucky to have a Cricut Easy Press, so this is what I use. Basically it's like a giant iron and you can control the temperature. I also use this heat resistant tape that I actually tape the image down on the shirt so that it doesn't move when I am ironing it. So this is just one really cool way to make custom shirts with your drawings. I think we all love putting artwork on t-shirts. So I hope you enjoy the video and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Okay, so when you are ready to start drawing, all you need is some sort of paper to draw on. Like I said, the brand specifically recommends laser printer paper. I used a multi-purpose office paper that is a photocopy paper or printer paper, and it worked just fine. Then you draw your image out using those infusible markers and pens. Once you're finished with your drawing, then you're ready to set up your ironing station. So the first thing you need to do is make sure your white shirt is flat. So I ironed it. I ironed it first before I put it on the heat pad, and then I just ironed it a second time using the butcher paper on it as well. At this point, you need to stuff your shirt with poster board so that the ink does not go through it. Then you put your drawing upside down. So keep that in mind when you're drawing. It's going to be the reverse. It's a lot like a print. It's the reverse image. I'm using heat resistant tape to tape that image onto my shirt so that it does not move at all when it's being pressed. And then I cover it with that unwaxed butcher paper. Again, this is on a heat pad, so it does not burn the table. I'm setting the temperature to the heat press to 385 degrees for 40 seconds. Once you set it down, you should not move it. If you move it, the ink can transfer and you can kind of get a ghosted or a bleed effect. So you can see I am applying pressure to the heat press. I want the heat press to obviously transfer the image well. I want it to be warm enough in all of the places. I want it to be consistent. So as soon as I take off the heat press, then obviously the paper, the butcher paper and the copy paper is going to be warm. So keep that in mind. You want to give it a little bit of time to cool so that it doesn't burn your fingers. In this case, I take it off and then I peel off all of the pieces of tape, and you're going to be able to see right here that it actually transferred through onto the butcher paper, because I did use a lot of marker and layers of ink in my drawing. So you remove the butcher paper, then you remove the drawing paper and just put the tape right to the side, and then you're going to be able to reveal your image. And when you're using the markers and pens, they don't look super bright. However, as soon as you apply the heat and you heat set it, the colors are really intense. So I'm going to flip it, and then you're going to be able to see the actual image that transferred onto the shirt is very bright and vibrant. So these markers and ink pens I think are super cool because they won't crack. Like vinyl, it won't crack when it's being washed. It is permanent. It stays super bright. You can see I'm shaking it out and it doesn't feel weird like sometimes vinyl shirts feel weird. Now I noticed right here that I still had a bit of marker left on my drawing, and so I decided to use what was left over of the drawing and do the back side of the shirt. Now I knew that the back side would not be as vibrant as the front side, but that was totally okay to me. I just wanted to kind of experiment and see how it would turn out. Now I do notice pretty quickly here that the shirt is wrinkled, and so before you add any sort of transfer on top of a shirt, you need to make sure it's flat. So heat press it or iron out the wrinkles so that it can transfer well. And so I'm gonna heat press out the kind of the wrinkly part, and then I'm going to go through the same process. And remember, when you're doing this, you need to put poster board on the inside of your shirt, like in between the front and the back, and then you put the drawing face down. I wanted it to come off of the side of the shirt. I did not want it centered. And then for this, because my image transferred over onto the butcher paper when I did the front, I wanted to line it up as close as possible so that I wouldn't get any sort of ghosting on the image. And then again, the temperature stays the same, 385 degrees for 40 seconds. Apply pressure. Try not to move it around. You want it to be flat and consistent heat. And then once you're done, be really careful when you're taking off the tape and you're taking off the paper so that you do not get burnt. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely these products, the Cricut Infusible ink markers, I think are awesome as a somewhat inexpensive way to make custom t-shirts rather than having to buy a special printer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Have fun making shirts. Obviously you can make bags and hats too. Have a great day.